Okay, isa ulit magandang araw sa lahat ng mga tao sa Republika ng Pilipinas. Hi, I'm Jean Arroyo from Day One Media, and today we are talking about DNS servers. Now, one of the big problems when it comes to accessing Facebook, when it comes to accessing YouTube, and all of these websites is, hindi ko alam kung napapansin nyo, minsan nagkakaroon ng mga images na nawawala na lang. Yung parang may icon na lang na hindi naglo-load. Or on YouTube, hindi naglo-load yung mga videos. Or on any other major website na mabilis naman internet mo sa ibang sites, pero doon sa particular site na yun, mabagal. So what could be the problem? Now, today we're going to be discussing DNS servers. What is a DNS server? A DNS server is basically, before we have to talk about DNS servers, we need to talk about IP addresses. Now, each website in the world has its own IP address. An IP address is, from the name itself, a literal address of where a computer is located in a network. So, literally, of course, computers need to be able to know where other computers are located. So, IP addresses are a way for computers to be able to locate one another and know that it's talking to the right computer. So that's what an IP address is, or the basic premise concept of what an IP address is for, for novices, for beginners. Okay, so now that we have an understanding of IP addresses, what is a DNS server? Now when you go and type in facebook.com or youtube.com or some other website.com, basically you are accessing a DNS server first. The DNS server is basically like yung mga lumang mga address book, mga phone book. So basically ganun siya. It's the digital version of a phone book. Okay, kung ayaw mo ng phone book, edi literal na contacts mo na lang sa phone. That you have a name of someone and then nandun yung number nila. So that's basically the premise of a DNS server. Now, when we are using a DNS server, there are actually some sort of default DNS servers that we use. For example, in PLDT has their own DNS servers, and DNS servers around the world are interconnected with one another. So PLDT has a DNS server, Globe has a DNS server, Google has a DNS server. May mga known public DNS servers talaga that are interconnected with one another, and they share data one another. Na they know na this website has this IP address, then they share that information with one another for redundancy purposes. And so what happens is, kung bakit minsan mga websites sa Facebook, mga images sa Facebook, hindi naglo-load, is because these DNS servers have a tendency to go offline or have bugs or hindi ma-update. That's one of the major reasons kung bakit hindi gumagana mga DNS servers, kasi nga hindi sila na-update. Simple as that. In my experience in the Philippines, it's been a major problem back then. Siguro mga 3-4 years ago. Naalala ko dati when I used to go to facebook.com, hindi talaga mag-load mga images. Makikita mo na lang yung mga alt text nila. Makikita mo lang yung mga alternative na descriptions nila. So, what was happening was, I realized, after reading on forums and whatnot, na it was all actually about the DNS server. So what I did was, I changed my DNS server from the PLDT DNS to Google Public DNS. And ever since, the problem on Facebook images has never cropped up ever again. So ayun nga, we have a lot of options for DNS. Pero right now, what's most advisable is either you pick one of the renowned global DNS servers, either that or you pick a DNS server that's closest to you, that has the lowest latency to you if you want speed. Because that's one of the things na sa mga DNS servers, minsan rin mabagal talaga mag-respond for whatever reason. Mabagal server nila or malayo sila sa'yo. Sa PLDT, in my opinion, feeling ko mabagal lang talaga server nila. So, nangyayari was, I chose the best DNS server, yung parang pinakamababang ping, which in my experience is Cloudflare DNS. So I just changed my DNS settings in my PC to the Cloudflare public DNS. And what's so nice about the Cloudflare public DNS is that it's just literally 1.1.1.1. So parang Parang, di ba, sobrang daling alalahanin. And base nga, I did some ping tests across all of the known DNS out there. Google Public, OpenDNS, and ayun nga, Cloudflare. And among those three, I found out that Cloudflare was really undoubtedly the fastest responding DNS for me. So that may differ for you, pero Cloudflare really prides themselves na they have the best DNS latency among all public DNS servers. Hopefully, probably in the world. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. So yun, I hope this helps you. I hope you learned something new from this video. And it's actually very simple to change your DNS settings, and you can do that from a quick search online. It can be done both on your phone, on your laptop, on all of your devices, basically on your iPad. Both iOS and Android support it. So you can do it on basically any and all of your devices. So all you have to do is just search up Google, how do I change the DNS on my device? That's basically it. And then there's literally no drawbacks in changing your DNS. As far as I know, there's literally no drawbacks from changing your DNS from the default one to a faster one. So yun lang naman, guys. I hope you learned something new from this video. This has been Gino from Day One Media, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.
Now, what is that, you might ask? It's painting your own graphics card, in our case a GTX 1060 OC edition, that try to understand what they're going through, what their pain points are.